Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Gate Ruler video, children's trading card game time, and as you can see the setup has changed yet again. Don't worry about it guys, it'll be constant eventually, I promise. Let's go ahead and get started with this review of this week's cards, because we have, it's been quite a week. There have been a lot of things. If you haven't seen my video going over the live stream, you can check that out there, where we found out that there are we got the Berserker buff, and we got two more SRs, both of which were quite strong. And today we have got the final two SRs, so you can expect some videos talking about all of those in the near future. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with the cards. So first here we have got Dark Knight Goredin. This is a 4-star. It is a 1/6/2 level 2, which is a warrior, betrayer, demon lord, and darkness. Every single one of those attributes is quite good. In particular, I suppose darkness probably the main. Well, I don't know. They're kind of all really useful. Betrayer may be more useful, as you can sort of use Terminus in this deck and really abuse that. The TD is choose a level 1 or less Dark Knight from your graveyard and special summon it. So immediately this card is going to build you a board, which is kind of good. And all your cards with Dark Knight in their names gain Death Touch. Unsure if this is going to be the localized name, but Death Touch is kind of a powerful ability. So yeah, being a 6 HP unit with Death Touch is really strong, and this is also going to turn like everything else into something with Death Touch. Yeah, this is kind of good. It's absolutely they tease this as a sort of boss monster of the Dark Knights, and I would say that's true. I would say this is pretty good. Yeah. Definitely a card you could splash as well. Like if the format ends up having these crazy big sort of walls that are really hard to beat when you're playing Volnar, then yeah, I mean I can see you absolutely splashing this. You really only care about, like, it's useful in and of itself just as a unit with Death Touch, but it also happens to plus you if you've kind of built around it. So yeah, seems very splashable and very good. Next, we have got Embrace of the Night Mortana. This is a Demon Lord, a Mage, and a Darkness. Counter, draw 1. Let me just go ahead right now and say that counter alone makes this card worth playing. And then Lord of Magic. As you play an event from your hand or set zone, you may do any number of DR2. For each you do, decrease the resource cost of that event by 1. So this is also very strong. Yeah, I like... So... Immediately, I think you do want to play this in Darkness. It's worth sacrificing some of the other counters. So, like, drawing a card is really strong, and like this is something that, well, you can put back, right? Like this is a level 2, which firstly you didn't actually have that many level 2 Darknesses, so it could be a little awkward sometimes with the Viola. And your Dockle file will have to do a lot of work, but now you have an actual level 2 you want to play. The counter is amazing. Like I need to emphasize, like a draw 1 counter is really good, and then the ability is really solid as well if you're playing Knight, for example, or Wizard. Now, crackpot theory here, I'm reasonably sure the Wizard buff at this point is going to be a 3-card starting hand, and they're going to let you untap on your own turn, which is sort of the bare minimum it really needs to be to make that ruler playable. And in that situation, I can see this card being absolutely ridiculous in Wizard, and Wizard Darkness really being a thing. So yeah, but even in normal Darkness, I can see this being a 4 of an Overlord, because again, it's a counter that draws 1. The biggest issue you might have in Overlord is literally running out of good things to do. You start off with your hand, sure, but if you're playing 3 cards a turn and you're only drawing 2, you will run out eventually. So, one of these counters that, that helps you keep doing stupid things is very strong. So, yes, basically I think this is really good, and I think this is even better at night, because you actually get to use that, Abyss Summoning for free, or doing some removal for free, for example. It's all really good. So, yeah, big fan of this card, and it's not like you were really using that much DR anyway. So yeah, big fan of this card. Next there is Nurikabe of the Wall. This is a 0/5/0 Supernatural Earth. The OD is choose a card in your opponent's damage zone, turn it face down, then turn 1 card face down in your damage zone. So this is actually really nice as a disruption thing, but I am doubt this will see much play immediately, especially because drive decks have really been hit with the 1-2 wombo combo sit the fuck down. So yeah, unlikely, but maybe like Highlander or something, right? But like, yeah, it's a nice enough card though. And then I won't let you through. Enemy units and defender. That's also nice, but it's very much a tech choice card rather than like a objectively super strong one. But the artwork is awesome, and I think there's potential for this to just see play very randomly. Next, another 4-star. Sonic Voltage. So this is an Ascendant, Wind, Superhero, and Regenleaf. So Regenleaf relevant for things like Lucifer. Ascendant relevant in the Alice deck, thanks to Humpty Dumpty. So relevant traits there. Counter, Special Summon. This is a 5/2/2. TD is draw a card, and it cannot be placed in the defensive zone. So if you play it from hand, you get to replace it. The counter will literally play it. And the only trade-up is you can't put it in the defensive zone. This seems pretty good to me. I could see this being a really strong Berserker card. In terms of other decks, so I'm not 100% sure how good this will be. Now, I will say this is now the second level 2 card that Atlas has access to that will draw a card when played from hand. So Overlord is looking kind of interesting with the ability to just keep cycling through your deck and keep playing cards. So this is interesting, and again, like the counter is really good. Like playing a unit for free as a counter, even if it's not going to the defensive zone, is still very strong. So I am a big fan of this card. I'm not sure how strong it'll be overall, but I think there is potential absolutely. And there's a reason it would be a 4-star. I imagine Regenleaf is going to be a thing you want to pay attention to. Next, there is Unyielding Sentinel Beast Custodius. This is an Owl, Guardian, Beast, and Historic. Guardian being an attribute that I'm particularly interested in because that's in Ikaru's previous game, it was a whole sub-theme, so could potentially see something here. Counter, you may do DR3, a Beast or Owl, or I believe, yeah, either 3 Beast, 3 Owl, or any combination of the two. If you do, special summon this to your attack zone, and so you get a 5/3/2 for free. Depends how much you're DRing, of course. Breakthrough, enhance Owl or Beast, and once per turn, as a standard action, you put one of your charge to the graveyard. Your cards with Owl or Beast gain +1 strike. Now, if you remember the Clock Dragon, that lets you restand your things. Suddenly your entire board being 3 strike with a restanding means you've got like a 12 damage board with just this and the Clock Dragon, which is kind of good. Yeah, this card is really solid. You know, enhancing the Owl or Beast just for that ability. Like, you're going to have things you can enhance usually. I feel like Owl, because you can play those counters that will, like, play themselves, obviously, is nice. It's going to make that a lot more consistent. I don't know. I think it's good. I think this card is good. I want to try it out, but like, it strikes me as a strong card. No pun intended. So yeah. Next, we've got Private Bear. This is a Beast Military Zoo Brigade. Cost reduction. As you play this from your hand, you may banish 2 Zoo Brigades from your graveyard. If you do, instead you play this for 1. Now, a 1-cost 5/5/2 is very good. Enhance Zoo Brigade and Charge Shield. So this is actually really nice. You can do... there's a lot of ways like this can be really nice. I would like to see... ideally, I would really like to see some zoos that play themselves as counter. That would be really nice now to make this card a lot better. But it's already pretty good. Like, getting a 5/5/2... that enhances, like, for example, if you play Elephant the turn before, you use it as a defender. Not that that's likely going to stand up in the current format, but if you did, for example, it survives, and then on your turn you go, okay, well, now I'm just going to enhance it for my 5/5/2 with Charge Shield. It's going to be annoying for them to remove. It's not bad. But yeah, I think this is a fine card. It's not, like, super good, but it's fine. I mean, it's a 1-star, so, like, you know... But it's not bad, and certainly it would have been really nice to see like set 1 or something. We would have been like, yo, or even set 2. This would have been a lot better. But I feel like at the current rate, like the nicest part about this is it's sort of outs Lucifer, because you can actually gain Charge Shield even though it's 5 HP. So outing Lucifer in the sense that like, yeah, okay, like it's not going to instantly get nuked. So there are some advantages, but it's sort of mid. One final card, which this is being thrown in at the end because it just came out. Oh my god! I don't even know the name yet because that's how soon I'm recording this. So you can see it here on the graphic. This card is fucking ridiculous. So this is a level 2 mage. It's a 3/3/2, so the stats aren't fantastic, but it has 2 strike, and it's level 2, so it's playable in Trickster. Yeah. Counter, the usual, your opponent chooses one of their sets and just puts all the other ones in the graveyard. Fine, sure. Again, more set hate, but passive. Your opponent cannot special summon. We've seen this before in Three Sisters. Okay, but why would I want to play this over that? Well, it's a simple reason, buddy. It's a simple reason. When your opponent declares OD or TD, you can just DR3 and say, go fuck yourself. No, that does not activate. Huh? What? I'm having a mental breakdown. This is kind of good. Speaking of Lucifer and transitioning into the SRs, here we go. Here are our last two SRs in the set. And the first one here, Fell Beast of Darkness, Rey Gargora. I was kind of right, it is Darkness, but not really. So this is a Beast, Fire, Demon Lord, and Darkness. Being a Demon Lord means this can actually be made by Rikori, the 4-star Genesis Summoning Yamajin unit. Which just makes any level, by the way, so, you know, worth saying, and it can make a Demon Lord, so that's cool. This is obviously level 4. Those are big attributes, nice to have. Beast in particular, making this 6/4/1 will be relevant in a second. Cost reduction, as you play this from your hand, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, instead you pay a cost of 2. So obviously discarding here, very nice, synergizes with Genesis Summoning, synergizes with Darkness, and just generally... It's not that bad. Like, you're losing a card from your hand, so like whatever. TD and OD. Add the top card of your deck underneath this as a charge. It has double attack and charge shield. So you play this for 2. You're going to get charge shield on it. So it's going to be a double attacking with charge shield 5/3/1. With the set for beast, it's going to be a 6/4/1, which is obviously really, really scary. And that in and of itself is like fine. I'll be tempted to play this at a couple of copies, just by nature of those sort of things existing. It's like a worse Jack, but sort of as a trade-off, you don't have to, you know, take up the legend spot. But then it has another ability here, Beast of the Netherworld. DR4, Beast or Darkness. Your opponent chooses one of their set cards and sends all other sets to the graveyard, so this can now nuke their set board, which is, again, fine, nothing super spectacular. Sets are absolutely going to be falling off in set 3 meta. It seems like, because of just how much set removal there is. But then the real value in this card, I think, is here. If you have another beast in play, your opponent cannot special summon. So this is a card that's doing so much in just one package. There are going to be a lot of... So this is going to be very, very playable in 3 decks. Beast, it's absolutely like it's going to be their bigger boy. It's going to be really playable in Darkness, and it's going to be really playable in Genesis Summoning. Why is it playable in those decks? Okay, so Darkness, firstly, it will only be Night Darkness more than likely. This is not worth the level space in Overlord. But if you play this in Night Darkness, you're getting access to a 5/3/1 double attacker. So you're getting access to really solid removal. And you're also getting access to set destruction. Now, just like that in and of itself is worth it. You're more than likely not going to be able to proc the beast ability in Darkness, but a 5/3/1 for 2 that double attacks is not exactly and has charge is not exactly a bad card, right? Now that you look into Genesis Summoning, what you might be able to do is you'll be sacrificing the charge if you combo into this as part of a Genesis Summon combo, but you can also potentially make you can actually potentially go into, for example, a Stridum and this, and that is going to lock off, if you can structure it correctly, the combos do exist, you could potentially lock out counters and stop your opponent from special summoning, which is obviously going to be really big. And of course here in Beasts, when you build around it, this is a card that's going to be really annoying because, you know, shutting off Genesis Summoning and Abyss Summoning just as their mechanics in their entirety is really, really good. Like when those decks are looking to be absolute top tier, having a hard counter like this is really, really nice. And I think you're going to see people making a real effort to just like play enough Beasts to make this a consistent option. It's just a fantastic card. Yeah, really, really good. Finally, Space Ifrit, maybe the best art in the set so far. It's pretty good. This is an Owl, Supernatural, Beast, and Fire. So let's talk about Owl getting 3 fucking SRs. But yeah, this is good attributes. Counter, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Okay. Cost reduction, as you play this from your hand, you may DR4 or put a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. If you do, instead play 2. Okay. TD, Space Flame, deal 2 damage to all enemy units. Not super good. OD, Nova Shoot, deal 2 damage to your opponent. Ah, oh, I see. So basically, the burn drive base deck is going to be kind of stonks with this guy in it. You know, counter dealing a burn, and when you get it, you get to burn two is just an OD. This is very very solid, and on top of that, it's a 6/5/3. The stats are big. Yes, this card is very solid. It's just simple and effective, like a lot of legends. It's just very good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. There's not that much to say. It seems very designed for a burn deck. I'm not entirely convinced that it's going to have massive utility outside that, because you know, as easy as it is to just want to jam in every superior arrow into every deck possible, it's probably not the I doubt you'll be playing 16 superior rares in every single deck, which would sort of be the max you can play in most rulers. I think that's relatively unlikely, but I do think this is a very, very solid card. My hair is a mess. But yeah, there we go. That's it. This has been, as you can see, quite a week. A lot of cards have been shown. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited for set 3. We'll be actually getting double the amount of card reveals starting from next week's video. So I may have to do these twice a week because we're going to be getting one English card reveal every day and one Japanese card reveal every day, like literally a card every 12 hours, basically for the next like 6 weeks, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you want to get those absolutely first, join my Discord server. It's linked in the description. If you want to help support the channel, you could be like Sundial, my Simeon Love supporter, and become a channel member, which would be very cool. Or you can check the links in the description if you want to support me by buying some product. That would be great as well. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.